Hi, friends. If you're seeing this, you're watching the replay of our live Insight Timer session. These sessions are always posted on Insight Timer and then live streamed here often. So I invite you to join us for the live sessions. You can find my schedule on my profile page on Insight Timer. Hi, beloveds. Hi, John. Hmm. Hey, Brad. Yeah, I'm happy to see you. Hi, Indy. Yay! Hi, Linda. Hi, Camille. Hi, Suleiman. Welcome, friends. We'll wait a few moments. Hi, Sheila. I'm so happy to be together. Beautiful. Hi, Judy. Hi, Meryl. Yeah, it's always nice when we can have sessions at different times so that our global community different parts of our global community are able to join because that's not always the case. Yes, our regular sessions are quite late for many people. So nice to be able to offer them earlier. And I'll be in Bali for about 2 months. So that will be at a different time than our regular sessions as well. So good to see everyone. Hmm. Hi, Linda. What a treat. I saw the pyramids and I was like, wait a second, that looks like Linda. Oh, beautiful, everyone. Beautiful. Great. Well, a very, very warm welcome, everyone. Before we get started, how's our sound? How's our connection? Can you see me? Can you hear me well? Hi, Kid Piggy. Okay, great. Thanks, Indy. Wonderful. Thanks, everyone. Beautiful. Well, for anyone that I'm getting to meet today for the first time, my name is Selena, and I'm so grateful that you're here. I'm so grateful to be together. I have quite a few offerings here on the Insight Timer app. Of course, if you're not with us here on Insight Timer, I invite you to come to Insight Timer and join us so that we can see your comments and all be together. I have a couple of courses on the app. One is called Yogic Practices for a Peaceful Life, and the other is called Awaken My Heart, A Guide to Living with Self-Love. And I have an upcoming retreat in Bali, which I'm so thrilled to share in together. So this retreat is happening April 5th through 12th this year in Ubud, Bali at Michael Franti's award-winning luxury retreat center. It's so beautiful, surrounded by tiered rice fields and nature. And it's such a beautifully created space. There's a pool and a water slide, organic farm to table food. And we get to be here in this beautiful space together for an entire week, meditating daily, moving our bodies, having time to go in and be with ourselves, be in self inquiry, self reflection, be together in community, have time to play and explore and also rest. It's absolutely amazing what's coming. And I'm so grateful to get to share it together. We do still have spaces available. You can find the retreat on my profile page here on Insight Timer. You can also go to insighttimer.com and go to the retreats tab and find the retreat there. You can also DM me if you have any questions. On the uh, platform here, it only shows the double room rate option. We weren't able to add both. So if you're curious about the single room rate, just DM me and I can answer those questions for you. Great, beloved. So, this is our weekly session. We'll only have a couple of these before I leave for India. I'm going to the Kumbh Mela to be with my beloved teacher, Saima, and community. And during the 6 weeks or so that I'm in India, we won't be meeting. So, find ways to keep connecting as community is my invitation. And of course, I have so much content here on the app if you're just missing the feeling of being together. And Insight Timer and I both have Instagram pages with many loving daily reminders. So if you're looking for those sweet, quick hits of love, inspiration, compassion, you can find me and them on Instagram. Okay, great, darlings. Well, let's begin today with the centering technique. This is an ancient yogic technique that is so powerful for bringing us into an inner experience of greater centeredness and groundedness. What can that look like? That might look like greater mental clarity. It might look like the nervous system feeling more regulated. It might look like emotional agitation, feeling more settled. There are extensive gifts and benefits from doing this simple technique. And you can do it as many times as you like, anytime throughout the day to keep coming home to this place of inner alignment. So, if possible, I invite you to have your feet on the floor. If you're seated, you're, of course, welcome to stand. Let's bring the palms to touch at the heart. If you can't move your body, you can visualize this. Shoulders relax down, relax the jaw. Take a deep, full breath in and a full breath out. And now, as we inhale, we'll reach the right hand all the way up to the sky. The left hand's going to come down, but all the fingers point up to the sky. And then exhale as slowly as you can, really like you're moving through honey to bring the hands back to the heart. Inhale the left hand up, right hand by navel, open the chest. Exhale slowly to the heart. Really move your hands as slowly as you can. So we're really slowing things down inside. Inhale, right hand up, left hand by navel. All the fingers point up. Maybe you straighten the upper arm. Exhale slowly to come back to the heart. Beautiful. And we'll just pause here 3 times. Feel the palms and fingers touching. Relax the shoulders and the arms down. Allow a space between the teeth, maybe even the lips. Soften the jaw. Beautiful. And just notice if you feel any different from these few moments of conscious breath, intentionality. Okay. I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. We'll move into meditation together. I'm I'm in the Midwest where it's very, 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 very cold. Many if you're here with us for the first time, you may not know that I live in a very warm place. I live in Hawaii, and so coming to visit is always warm in my heart, very cold in my body. And I'm in this swivel chair that makes me want to keep like a little kid, just kind of rocking side to side. So I have to intentionally anchor myself and try to keep the chair centered, although it keeps wanting to turn me. Oh, lovely. Indy shared, feel more balanced now. Beautiful. Before we move into our meditation, I just want to share this little gem with you that I found in a storage box yesterday. So many of you know my beloved parents, who are both wonderful beings of light, and they're both teachers here on Insight Timer. My dad's name is Jonas Magrum. I'll drop it in the chat. And my mom's name is Sandy Magrum. They both lead live sessions. My mom on Thursdays, my dad on Fridays, and are so full of love and wisdom. And I know many of you sent me really beautiful birthday messages. Thank you for that. It was my birthday on Sunday. So I just feel like this is very appropriate. Like, one, because many of you know my parents, and two, because it was just my birthday. So I just wanted to share these little gems with you. So this is my papa and me. Super duper sweet. It's amazing that we were that tiny once, yeah? And then this is me with my little brother after he was born. Just wanted to share this little peek into little Selena, little Jonas, the sweetness and the fullness that life is, the preciousness that life is. Those pictures were taken a very long time ago. So much has happened. So much pain, so much beauty, so much joy, so much growth. This life is so, so precious, and we never know when our last breath is. We don't know when the last breath of the people who we care so dearly for is. So, how can we prioritize presence, if we wish, to really take in the sacredness, the preciousness of this life? Many of you know, we'll meditate in just a moment. Many of you know that I was initiated into meditation when I was 5 years old. I grew up in the TM community. My mom was actually the one who initiated me. Both of my parents are transcendental meditation teachers. And I didn't really start meditating until I was 15, but it's been part of my life for a long time. And even though I've been meditating regularly for literally decades now, there are still so many moments where I find that I'm not in presence. And that can be for so many reasons, right? Sometimes it's because there's discomfort in the body. Oftentimes it's because there's discomfort in the emotions. Or maybe it's just habitual, especially in this world of constant stimulation that we live in with our phones and our computers. There's this constant need for stimulation. So sometimes I have to catch myself and recognize, wow, I'm totally checked out right now. Or maybe I'm focused on something, but I'm not fully here. I'm not fully here. Many of you know that this last year, much of a huge chunk of 2024, I'm like, what was last year? It was a huge year of death and rebirth for me internally, a huge year of a lot of pain coming to the surface, just day in, day out, emotional turmoil, really deep grieving and energy moving. And I would catch myself sometimes recognizing that if I was truly present, that so much of the pain that I was experiencing wouldn't be there. If I was truly present to the beauty, to the preciousness of life in the moment, as opposed to having an experience of something missing or the story that something's wrong, I would be in absolute ecstasy. So, without going any further in that, just the invitation, the reminder that when we take time to slow down, to be more centered, to be more present with what's around us, we can live more in presence. And the more that we truly live in presence, we experience the fullness of life. We're not in the constant seeking for stimulation. We're not stuck in this experience that something's wrong, something's missing. We have to be better. We have to change our lives. We can be with everything as messy as it is and be at peace. So I guess maybe part of the invitation here is one, for us to really get present to the preciousness of this life and how fleeting it is. And two, to, I'm looking for the words I was going to say. Um, to become aware in the moments that we're checked out and do the things that we can do to check in, to be here and now, because that's where all of the richness of this life exists, right here, right now. Yeah, that's all it is. There's only this. All right, my loves. Well, with that, let us meditate now, or let us be together. I love this teaching. I imagine I first heard it from my beloved teacher Saima that meditation is the essence of who we are. It's not the action. Who we are is the state of meditation, and then we have these different techniques that we use to bring us into that presence, that experience of who we really are. So, from your comfortable seated position, if possible, I invite you to sit tall so there's some alertness in the body and there's this lengthening in the spine so the energy can move freely up and down the spine. If you're leaning back in a chair or on the couch, maybe sit forward if that's comfortable or possible for your body. Hi, Sandy. Hey, Marcus. Oh, that's beautiful. Sheila shared, "Oh, wow, I love Jonas. He has helped me a lot on Finding Peace Fridays." That's beautiful. Yeah, so Jonas has Finding Peace Fridays is his regular session. And John shared, "Thanks for those pics. I love seeing the pictures of people when they were young, and Sandy and Jonas Magrum are both great." Yes, Sandy shares, "We are light." Yes, they are great. I agree. Okay, so let's take our elbows and roll ourselves open here, yeah? So just up and back. And Camille shares, "Slow the mind for grace and peace." Yes, yes, yes. And now that our chests are more open, shoulders are more open, maybe, I invite you to have the hands resting on the knees or the thighs with the palms facing up. Take this more receptive posture. And you'll also find that when you sit with the palms facing up, it allows more of this opening here. When the palms are facing down, the shoulders come in. And there's no right way here, it's for your exploration. Sometimes I love to sit with my hands turned down, sometimes palms turned up. So it's just awareness. Let's have the chin slightly tucked. Allow a space between the teeth and the lips. If possible, start to breathe in and out of the nose. Slow your breathing down, deepen it. Let's inhale together. Inhale, and then we'll pause and hold the breath, relax the shoulders. Exhale completely. Long, slow exhalation. Inhale slowly. Feel the belly and the rib cage expanding. Hold the breath at the top, relax the face. Exhale slowly. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. We'll continue to breathe in this way. As you inhale, imagine that there are two beams of light coming in through your nostrils and up into your brain, filling the brain with light. When you hold the breath, imagine that this light is expanding through the whole brain. And as you breathe out, imagine that this light is moving down the spine. So we inhale slowly and deeply. This light moves in, two beams through the nostrils into the brain. We hold as this light expands in the brain. And then on the exhalation, the light moves down the spine, illuminating the spine. You may wish to gently touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth just behind the upper teeth. And you may wish to roll your gaze, even though the eyes are closed, so that the eyes are gently focused between the brows. This is all optional. And now, if you wish, as you breathe this light in through the nostrils, hear the words in your mind. So, and as you breathe out, hear the word hum. So, as you breathe in, you hear the sound so. And as you breathe out, you hear hum. So hum, essentially meaning am, I am that, I am presence, I am one. And we'll be here for some time together. If you find that the mind gets distracted, that's perfectly okay. Come back to this visualization of the light as you breathe. Maybe you add on so hum. And for now, let us release the holding of the breath. So it's this full inhale. So the light moves in through the nostrils, filling the brain. And as you breathe out, the light moves down the spine as you hear the sound hum. So hum. Inhaling As you hear the sound, so exhale, hear the sound, hum. If the mind wanders, gently guide it back to the feeling of the body breathing and the repetition of so hum. I am. Become aware of the body breathing. Sense the space around you. Feel your body supported by whatever is beneath you, behind you. Begin to deepen the breath. Very slowly move the fingers and toes and any part of the body that feels good to move. Take as much time as you need to open the eyes and return to this moment in time and space together. Mm, thank you. How does that feel? Ah, Camille shares, letting in the energy of me, letting go the pains of old me. Beautiful. Andy shares, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Oh, so good to slow down together. So, beloveds, what would you like to share with me? What would you like to share with us, all of us together? So wonderful to see you all. Astrid shares, we don't need to be perfect. We just need to meet ourselves. Yes. Linda shares, in the stillness, I am pure bliss. Beautiful. Indy's asking, can you recommend any practices for working with envy, please? Yeah. One, gratitude. Gratitude techniques, whether it's using a daily gratitude journal, listening to gratitude meditations. At least one of the meditations I have here on the app for gratitude, it takes us into the awareness that we often focus on what we don't have, what we feel is missing, what we feel is wrong. We often focus on life through this perspective of scarcity. And when that occurs, we feel that sense of lack. Like, I don't have this. I want it. I should have it, whatever it is. So, by focusing on all that really is actually working, that is going well, because sometimes it can feel difficult to access gratitude. So, by starting on focusing on basic things like, wow, I have running water right now. And not things that we should be grateful for. For me, there's a distinction here. Oftentimes we go into this place of like, oh, I should be grateful that I have running water because so many people don't. I should be grateful that I have food because so many people don't. When there's that sense of I should be grateful for something, it can feel difficult to actually access genuine gratitude. So to think about it from the place of like, okay, maybe it feels difficult to get in touch with a big gratitude right now, but what's something basic in my life that's actually working well? Like what's going well? What's working out today? Wow, I got a hug from someone I love. That feels good. Or wow, I was able to go to the gym today. That feels good. Whatever it is, right? Just focus on the things that might seem really basic that are working. So gratitude, I think, is one of the best tools to practice work with envy. We can also uh, eh, do the self inquiry, the exploration of mm, any self judgment that we might be carrying, right? Because sometimes in envy, there's that sense of there's something wrong with me, or I haven't done enough, or I should be different, things like this. And if I was, then I could have that thing that that other person has. So to become aware of what our inner world, what's occurring in our inner world that's contributing to that feeling of envy and having compassion for those parts of ourselves. Mhm. Let's see here. And anything anyone else wants to share, would love to hear your thoughts on how techniques and practices to support moving through envy. Elsa shares amazing, peacefully. Thank you. Beautiful, Elsa. Alexandra shares transform agreement from disagreement. Wayne Dyer. Uh, Example, my life sucks into every day I'm showing up and loving myself. Alexander saying to reframe the thoughts. Sandy shares we vibrate as sound. Yeah. Yeah. And that's great. The teaching that Alexander is sharing of Wayne Dyer's here, to move from disagreement to agreement. It's kind of like that awareness of how when the mind is in judgment of something, when the mind is creating separation, when the mind is uh, rejecting something, that's where that suffering exists. So, how can we practice acceptance of what is? How can we practice reframing to maybe think, like, for example, let's say that you're envious because somebody has a beautiful relationship and you're single and you wish you had a relationship. How can you focus or think about thoughts about how you are becoming the person right now through your growth, through your self inquiry, through your self care, through your development? You're becoming the person who is able to be in the kind of relationship that you desire. Like rather than thinking like, oh, the thing that I want, I don't have now, so it's a problem, to be able to reframe it to say, I am becoming who I want to be to have this thing in my life. That thing that someone else has, I'm growing into it as we speak. How does that feel, Indy? Any nuggets in all of that for you? Andy sharing, thank you. I work with gratitude a lot, but this feeling is a bit of a challenge. Yeah, so if you're feeling really challenged by it, one of my main go tos is to go inside and find the part of you that's hurting. Go in and find the part of you that's being so challenged by this. You can have your eyes open or closed and feel where in your body there's this pain of the envy. Maybe it's a contraction in your throat or a contraction in your belly or contraction someplace else inside or heaviness or heat, whatever, however it shows up for you. Find where that pain is in the body, that discomfort, and then go even deeper. Let yourself feel it and find the part of you that's feeling that way. Maybe it's Maybe it's 20-year-old Indy. Maybe it's 14-year-old Indy. Maybe it's 4-year-old Indy. Go find the part of you that is carrying some belief that's contributing to this pain you're experiencing. Go find the part of you that's hurting, that's saying, oh, this hurts not to have this thing that this other person has. And then just be with that part of you with compassion. This is the probably the number one work that I have done with clients for years is just to go find the part of us inside that's hurting and be with that part. And not to say like, "Oh, it's gonna be it's okay, don't worry about it." But to really sit with that part, to listen to it, to let it cry or scream or feel all the feelings that it feels without making it any different, or making me feeling like it needs to be fixed or judging it, anything like this. Being with that part of you with presence, with compassion. And, I have that meditation here on the app. this emotional healing, the self-soothe emotional healing meditation. And that one's a great one because it kind of guides you into the process a bit of finding the part of you that's in pain, if that would feel supportive. Okay, coming back to your comments. And my loves, I just realized I need to end early today. So we have about 5 more minutes before we complete. I'm so distracted by my hair today. It's so frizzy in this climate, and I brushed my curls. And so it's just like this. I feel like I should just like perm it, just do something with it. If I make it even more distracting, then maybe I won't be so distracted by this. Is this a good look? You guys like this look? Is it a good look? You feeling it? There's let one eye out. Is that good? Thanks, Elsa. It's funny. I always get a little distracted by this mane. It's okay. Not distracted. I'm aware of it, but today I'm like extra aware of it. Just keeping it real, right? Why pretend? I'm not that enlightened yet. Still get distracted by my hair. All right, coming back to your comments. Um, mm, JG shares, hi JG. JG shares, I am cocoon. I'm in a cocoon turning into a butterfly. Yes, love, beautiful. And Camille shares, thank you, thankful for gifts of understanding my life story, the clarity, beautiful. Astrid shares, uh, if you envy something, maybe you can see it as a lesson about your desires. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Great, indeed. Jenny shares, hello. Lovely with this earlier time of day for your session. I'm in Sweden. Great, Jenny. I'm so glad you could join. Yeah, we'll be having a couple of these earlier sessions since I'm in a different time zone. Uh, Astro shares, exactly. These parts need affirmation and soothing. Oh, thanks, Madeline. Thanks, Camille. Thanks, everybody, for your love on my hair. Astrid shares, I have issues with trust these weeks, has been really permanent. Hmm. Astrid, I have an invitation, and as everything that I ever share here, it's always an option to take it or leave it, right? Not to feel that anything I say here is right or true, right? It's all up for each of us to say what we wish to take on, what we wish not to. I wish to invite you into the awareness that although it may feel permanent, it's not permanent. Although it may feel permanent, it's not permanent. And this is where many of us get caught in suffering. Maybe we're experiencing depression. This is a really good example that I find again and again. Maybe we've been having a lot of experiences inside of us that we would call depression. And we feel like it's just been this way day in, day out. I'm always depressed. I always feel this way. It's always this way. But if we really took an account of our day, most of us would find that although we may feel a general feeling of depression, that there are moments in the day where we feel a moment of peace, or maybe we crack a smile, or maybe we have a moment of laughter, even if it's 2 seconds of laughter. There are always breaks in the storm of whatever we're feeling. That's the nature of emotion, it's the nature of experience. No emotion, no experience in this physical form is permanent. However, when we tell ourselves something's permanent, it's creating a story that will give us the perception that it is. So, how can we be tender with ourselves and say, okay, I'm having this experience right now that really feels like it's just not going away, but I know that it's not permanent. And how can I work with myself, whether that's through compassion or whatever it might be? Oh, and I see you wrote, true. I know it's not permanent. It just feels like it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so how can you go be tender with that part of you rather than maybe making yourself wrong for feeling untrusting, or rather than looking to other people to prove that life can be trusting, right? Because that's what we do so often. We feel the pain of mistrust, and then we want other people to make the world safe for us. How can we make the world safe for us? How can we bolster a feeling of trust? Remembering that these fundamental experiences in us start in our relationship with ourselves. So, absolutely, we can feel a sense of not feeling safe because of what's happening in the world or mistrust because of what we experienced. So, how can we make the world more trust, more safe? How can we feel more trust as we start in our relationship here? Oh, I see lots of comments coming in, my loves, and it's time for us to complete today because I have a session in just a few minutes. Um, I'm so, so, so glad. Uh, I'm so glad that you are all sharing, and I'm so glad that we're here together. I'm so grateful for your presence as always. And we will get to be together a couple more times before I leave for India. Let's just see what we have here. So we'll be together on, mm, these are all December. What's happening here? Oh, no. Okay, so we'll be together on Friday. Well, this is just a short retreat Q&A. So if you want to just hop on for a few minutes to be together, if you have any questions about my retreat in Bali, we'll be together on Friday. Uh, I have no idea what time that is. Eastern time, 10:30 in the morning Eastern time on Friday. We'll be together for just a few moments to chat about the retreat and be together. Again, the retreat is happening in Bali, April 5th through 12th this year, a whole week of beautiful connection with ourself, with each other, incredible food, nourishment, play, rest, movement, meditation, a really, really beautiful time for healing and all the goodness. And then, we have our session next a week from today. And next week, no, sorry, those are yes. Yeah, so next week, Wednesday, same time. So 1 o'clock Eastern next Wednesday. And then we'll have one short session the following Friday. So we have a few more times. And you can find all this on my profile page. Yes. Thank you, my loves. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for your shares. Thank you for your love. I wish you a really, what do I wish you? I wish you the rest of your day or night to be in this place of taking in the preciousness of you, the preciousness of life, and also maybe if you're feeling distress or pain or discomfort, to go in and find the part of you that's hurting and just be with that part of you with love, with listening, with love. I love. See you soon. And again, if you have any questions about Bali, just DM me. Happy to answer them. So.